Hi, I'm Don Berryhill, the Laser Coach, and in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about training. So when you get a laser or aesthetic device, how much training is usually involved? First off, if you're working with a manufacturer with a new device, typically it's a day per system. So a trainer, a nurse, typically will fly in and the night before, and then you'll start first thing in the morning. And you need to clear your schedule. You don't want to be interrupted with a bunch of phone calls and interruptions and all that, so you really need to prepare for it so that you can pay attention and your staff can pay attention, because the trainers are only going to be there typically one day for that device. And typically they'll start out with didactics and the technology and how it works. And you really need to be able to understand how to articulate that as much as you need to with certain patients, but understand how it works and why it works and how it compares to other devices and what are the best patient candidates for this particular device, and all the expectations and all that kind of stuff. And so really clear your schedule when the trainer's coming in. And then in the afternoons, usually it's hands-on with patients. And so that's usually about it, because really how you learn to operate these devices, it's on-the-job training. It's learning how to do it, learning the fundamentals, learning the basics, and then just doing it. And usually with a lot of devices, the learning curve is 5 or 10 treatments, and you're getting the hang of it. And that's just really how you do it. That's, one doctor told me one time, he said the best way to learn is practice on people who love you. So the first, few, so staff members or family members or whoever it is, until you kind of figure out what you're doing. So so that's basically it. And there are, the manufacturers provide their own trainers. And then if you buy a used device, there are trainers that used to work for manufacturers that are available for different devices, and they're available to fly in and spend a day. Or Zoom training is becoming more popular. So either with the manufacturers typically come in, and on used devices, a lot of times it's Zoom training, but a lot of times the techs will come in as well. So anyway, that's a little bit about training, and I've worked quite a bit training staff as well on laser physics and fundamentals and how these devices work, and to get them more comfortable talking about the procedures and doing the procedures, and how to do maybe combination therapies, and how your device compares to others, so they can have that discussion about why this is better. And so I do a lot of that. So if you need help with your staff, I'm happy to come in and spend a day going through your equipment and training your staff. And I'm often amazed how, in even busy laser clinics, how often the staff really doesn't understand the technology like they should, or they're not getting the best use out of it, or they're not as effective as they could be because they're overly cautious, for one thing. I see this quite often. Usually it's not that patients or clients are being overtreated, they're being undertreated because the techs and the staff are being so careful. They don't want to burn anybody, understandably. So the offices that I see where the techs, operators get the best results, is they've learned how to safely push the edge of the envelope without going over. It's a fine line and you have to be careful, but they know how to get results. And in some offices, they just stay so low on the settings that they don't get results, and patients go elsewhere, clients go elsewhere, and where they do get results. So anyway, I'm available for training that, for that or any of your other training needs. I can help find a trainer for you if I can't do it. So anyway, be happy to talk to you about it. Give me a call. And for anything, go to lasercoach.com, because we're your first stop for anything laser.